Hello everybody, it's week 12. This is the video number 1, video for Monday, in which I'll go over the timeline for the rest of your CRP experience. Got 1 week from today. It's that extra week that we added on to the project where you can do those final adjustments, and I'm going to go over that file that I've put up for today that has the timeline day by day, so I'll go over that with you. Before I start, just a few more things. Decided to try to make the rest of this class as easy as possible for you. Not easy in the sense of not being challenging, because I think the assignments are inherently challenging in a lot of respects. Easy logistically. Fewer things due each day. The first one of those things is that I'm just going to go ahead and stop this whole word of the day thing now. So you can turn in your words of the day to me, and I will get those on file, and I'll add the extra credit for that. So you can get that to me either by taking pictures. If you had been writing it longhand all semester, just send me photos of what you have. If you've been taking it digitally, just email it to me. So get that to me in an email. If you've missed a few days, you don't have to message me and ask if that's okay. It doesn't matter. The only way that I'm not going to give you those 25 extra credit points is if you're missing a decent chunk. And if that's the case, just talk to me about it, and I'll make sure you can get those 25 points by giving you the words of the day you missed, or have you ask somebody. And then mostly we've been doing either 4 or 5 things in each daily folder. I'm going to reduce that to probably 3. So I'll do an attendance question. I'll do a video that's, in today's case, attached to a file that I'll have you download. And that'll be it. And I'll only put up the reminders or announcements if there's something super important, or maybe I'll just put that to you in an email so it's not even there. So you'll really just be seeing 3 things each day. I do want to keep having daily things that appear each day, because I think it makes it easier to get in the habit of clicking on this class on BB Learn, because you'll see the new things each day. And I know that when I was taking online classes, that kind of encouraged me to participate a bit better than if I had the whole week drop. Then I kind of don't really know when to get in the habit of working on the weekly tasks. But if you have a different opinion about that, if you feel like it would be way better to have me open up the whole week at once, feel free to share that with me in an email. I want to make sure that you have input in the way that this is done. So if you have strong opinions, let me know. Also, I want to invite you to let me know that if there's anything going on in your life at home where you are now, or on campus, if you're still on campus, that you need to talk to somebody about. I know that counseling services are fickle at best. They're always annoying to engage with at NAU, even under normal circumstances, and I'm sure now it's even worse. I'm obviously not a professional counselor. I'm just a person who cares about you and has been getting to know you over the last few months. So just a little bit of a reminder that I do care about each of you all as individuals and humans first, and students second. So please, please, please reach out to me if you need advice, or just need somebody to vent to about how irritating this is. It's my pleasure to engage with that, because I'm well aware of how privileged I am, and having a relatively comfortable experience over the last few weeks, living where I do and having the job that I do. So yeah, I'm here for you. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the timeline for the rest of the CRP. So take a second to pause this video, download that file, and have it in front of you. Okay, so just a 1-page file here giving you an overview of how I would spend the next 7 days if I were you and I was finishing up my CRP. This is not a binding thing. I'm not going to be asking for you to let me know what you've been doing or submit different sections. This is just how I recommend that you pace yourself in your group. So it might be worth sort of discussing this with your group mates and seeing if you want to follow it to a T, or if you have a different way of doing things. So Monday, today, through Wednesday, I would be working on that qualitative research section. That's that section that comes after the lit review, where you do the research of your own. And that what is meant by that is the interview or the survey. Really, all of you are doing either or, I think. Yeah, so get that interview done if you haven't conducted it already. Write up that survey if you haven't done that already and get that out to people. And then doing that first will give you the full week to be able to work on that and gathering those responses. Remember that the key for that is really to get you talking about your methodology and how you collected that information. That's what that is designed to have you practice, so that's what I'll be looking at. So you're not just sharing the responses from your survey, you're also talking about the demographics of who answered it. Is it young people, NAU students? What does that mean in regards to how you interpret the data? That kind of thing. Okay, the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, work on your conclusion, the last section of your paper before the works cited page. Excuse me. In the conclusion, you are providing a possible solution to the issue and or answering your overall question. So you may have taken an approach to this assignment that involved having like a quandary or expressing a problem, like the opioid crisis is a problem. So maybe you have a potential solution for some part of that problem based on the research that you've done. Or maybe you're just focusing on trying to come up with an answer to your overall question. This is the section where you do those things. You do the big picture wrapping up. What did you learn in your research and what can you answer now or propose now? This is also the time to go back and add that thesis statement to the intro if you haven't done that already. The thesis statement should be anticipating for your readers in the intro what that answer to the big question is going to be, so they can have that, they know where they're going to go right off the bat. And when I read your paper, I'm going to see that, the answer that you've come to, and then I'm going to follow you along on that journey through your lit review and your qualitative research. So this is not really a novel, like when the ending is revealed at the end. Think of this as like a bad novel where for some reason you tell your reader how it ends right at the beginning. Okay, over the weekend, I would spend this time editing. The key for this, again, the key for the whole assignment is trying to produce a work that seems as if one mind wrote it. And 3 or 4, depending on your groups, you have 3 or 4 people who are writing this. And everyone has a different writing style. So this is where it's going to behoove you to be talking to your group mates in real time, asking each other, hey, let's go over this sentence and see how we can edit it because it seems really different in style to the other ones. So really getting into the nitty-gritty with people. You can either call on the phone in just pairs, or you can set up a full group meeting. If you want to use Zoom, but you've never actually set up your own meeting on Zoom, feel free to email me and I can happily tell you how to do that. It's super duper easy. Zoom is a very user-friendly program. But yeah, the key is to be able to talk to each other. So just being on Google Docs and having like a chat thing going on, it's going to be less effective than being able to verbalize with each other. Monday will be the day for a final sweep of typos or simple formatting errors that you can correct. For a research paper that has a bit higher of a formality level, such as this one, I'm going to be looking for that kind of thing a bit more than I normally would, because when we're trying to maintain kind of a scientific ethos or more of a scholarly ethos, this stuff matters more. And this is what that comes back to that term convention. Like, it's all about how people do things in this community. Grammar doesn't inherently matter in all situations, but it does matter in this situation. And this is your last chance to email me with any questions you have. And then you'll be submitting your paper by 11:59 p.m. You'll just need one person in the group to submit it to the link. And yeah, so please be forthright with any questions you have. And again, reiterating my invitation to just use me as like a sounding board or a place to vent if you have frustrations or quarantine issues that you need to turn to somewhere for. That was a terrible sentence. I ended it with a preposition and babbled. Okay, yeah, so again, no word of the day today. Word of the day is done. Send me those words of the day, and I'll get you your 25 points. And yeah, see you tomorrow.